Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Linnea Baker. I am a board certified family nurse practitioner, as well as a certified health and well-being coach. And I am so grateful for each of you giving me some of your valuable time tonight to listen to what I'm going to cover today, which is gut health and immunity, as well as inflammation. Powerful topic. Love this topic, and I'm excited to get to cover it with you today. So you guys know that we've been doing a week-long gut health series covering different topics on gut health each day. And this is really in alignment with my mission, which is to positively impact your health and wellness through education and coaching to create generational health and a health span that equals your lifespan. This is truly my passion, my purpose, and my calling. And when we know better, we can do better, right? And as I've learned, I've been able to make better decisions and do better for myself and my family's health, right? And I want that for you guys. So in these Facebook Live presentations that we're doing, Monday we covered gut health basics. We talked about leaky gut and the gut microbiome. Tuesday we did the gut-brain connection. Yesterday we covered gut health, hormones, and metabolism. And then tomorrow's gut health and skin. But today we're going to focus on gut health, the immune system, and inflammation. So this quote, I don't know who said it, but it says, if you do not make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. And especially now with all the colds and flu and COVID and strep and everything going around, we know how true that is, right? If we don't make time to support our health and wellness, then when we're sick, everything stops and we have to focus on that. So why is it important to understand the role of immunity? Really, immunity is a fundamental aspect of our overall well-being, and understanding its importance can empower us to make better choices in our daily lives. So think about it. When we're ill, just like I said, everything stops and we focus on healing and recovery. So if you've ever cared for someone who is ill for an extended period of time or disabled with a chronic illness, you know the toll it takes on relationships, on finances, and mental health. And the stress has a ripple effect in the entire family. Not too long ago, my husband needed to be hospitalized for emergency surgery for his gallbladder. And while he was in the hospital, I mean, he wasn't able to go to work. Everything stopped. Our kids were worried. I was worried about him. I was sleeping next to him in the hospital in the recliner chair. And our whole world stopped until he started feeling better and getting back on his feet. And that was for a short-term, unexpected, emergency surgery, which rocked our world. But I've also had, my son, I told many of you, I've shared that he was 25 and went through cancer treatment for a stage 3 soft tissue cancer back in 2021. And I left my job on emergency leave so that I could be with him. And I lost income. And I've even told many of you that during my emergency leave, they tried to fire me and wanted me to resign so they could replace me because I was there taking care of my son. And that's when I pivoted and decided I needed a job that I could work from anywhere and not be in clinic all the time tied to that, because I needed to be available to my family when they needed me. And that career was not allowing me that kind of freedom. And it wasn't aligning with my heart, with where I wanted to be. And so that was a blessing because that put me in a space where now I get to be in front of you guys and reach more people and empower you to really lean into supporting your health and wellness, right? So what does the immune system do? The function of the immune system is to keep you healthy by doing the following, and I got this from Cleveland Clinic. It keeps invaders like germs out. Invaders can be bacteria, viruses, fungi that cause infections, and also parasites and cancer cells are considered invaders. So the immune system also is there to destroy invaders. So one, it's going to try to keep them out. And then second, it's going to try to destroy the invaders that get in. And that's to limit harm to the body on the inside of the body by the invaders. We're trying to localize and limit the harm once they do get in, if they make it past the first barrier. And then it also helps, the immune system also helps the body adapt to new challenges and threats. So how does the immune system work? And again, this came from Cleveland Clinic. When your immune system is working properly, it tells the difference between the cells that are yours and those that don't belong in your body. It activates and mobilizes to kill germs that may harm you. It ends an attack once the threat is gone. And it learns about germs after you've had contact with them and develops antibodies against them. And there's two types of immunity. The first is your innate immunity or natural immunity. And the second is your adaptive immunity or acquired immunity. When we talk about innate immunity, that's your first line of defense. And innate immunity includes your physical barriers like your skin and your mucous membranes. And it even includes the lining in your gut. And innate immunity works immediately upon pathogen entry. Remember, pathogens are just disease-causing organisms, such as disease-causing bacteria. And adaptive immunity is developed over time with exposure. And adaptive immunity provides specific protection against pathogens. It involves your B and your T cells, and it produces antibodies and memory cells so that it can remember that specific pathogen and be better prepared to fight it next time. So what does chronic inflammation have to do with immunity? Your inflammation, the inflammation is your body's first line of defense. So that's your innate or natural immune response, right? And when inflammation occurs, it means the body's immune system's been activated. And inflammation can occur due to infections, injury, and even toxins as the body responds to heal itself. Inflammation can be either acute or chronic. Acute inflammation helps fight infection and speed up the healing process. When you have acute inflammation, it's actually a good thing because that's how your body is trying to protect itself. And also with acute inflammation, it'll occur when you have like a cut or a sprained ankle, as well as maybe if you have an infection such as the flu or pneumonia, for example. However, it's when we start having chronic inflammation that we run into some trouble because chronic inflammation persists for several months to years. That's the difference. Acute inflammation is short term. Chronic inflammation, you're thinking months to years of inflammation remaining. Chronic inflammation then is actually damaging to healthy organs and tissue. And it occurs when the body's immune system keeps fighting because it's being signaled that there is a constant attack or insult on the body. So what are the things that can lead to chronic inflammation? Like we want to know, right? So really many lifestyle factors lead to chronic inflammation. When we eat the standard American diet, also known as the SAD diet, as I've explained before, that is high in ultra-processed foods, salt, and sugar. Also having a sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, smoking, excessive alcohol intake, and poor sleep to include sleep apnea, and as well as even over-exercising. There's a point where you can over-exercise and create chronic inflammation. Obesity is another cause of chronic inflammation, and that goes back to lifestyle. And chronic inflammation, guys, it kicks on higher and it lasts longer than acute inflammation. The immune system starts flooding the problem area with the WBCs, which are white blood cells, part of the immune system, and that causes an attack on healthy organs and tissues. So I want you to think chronic inflammation is like a smoldering fire in your body. And with chronic inflammation, that's the spark that ignites chronic disease. And chronic inflammation is also known as the playground for disease. So when you think of the chronic inflammation, we're damaging the good tissue and organs. It's lasting months to years. Lifestyle impacts it. The things that we do in a typical American lifestyle impact chronic inflammation greatly. So we want to be aware of that so we can make better choices. And when we have this chronic inflammation, it's setting us up for chronic disease. So why is chronic inflammation important? Worldwide, 3 out of 5 people die from a disease linked to inflammation, such as stroke, chronic respiratory diseases, heart disorders or diseases, cancer, obesity, and diabetes. Chronic inflammatory diseases are the most significant cause of death in the world. The WHO, which is the World Health Organization, ranks chronic disease as the greatest threat to human health. And over the next 30 years, the prevalence of diseases associated with chronic inflammation is expected to persistently increase. So we really, if we know better, we can do better. And so that's what I'm here to share this information with you, because I'll give you some tools on what you can do. So what does gut health have to do with our immune system? And a key component to the overall health of our immune system includes our gut microbiome. I've told you guys the gut's like it is the command center of the body. We've been covering all the different aspects of what gut health interacts within our body all week, right? And a key component is actually the gut when we look at the immune system. And why is that the case? Because 70 to 80% of our immune system is actually located along the lining of our gut. Dr. Jonathan Jacobs, he's a professor of digestive diseases at School of Medicine at UCLA. He states that the microbiome and the immune system are critically intertwined. What's present in the gut determines what education immune cells get. Wow. Powerful. So remember I told you guys on the first day, everything we're eating is either healing your body and improving your health or creating disease and going against you. It's working for your health or against your health, everything we eat. And he's even saying like the gut, what's in the gut determines the education of the immune cells. Your gut has direct contact with the outside world through the food you eat. So it makes sense that our body's putting the majority of our immune system along our gut. It's like putting those soldiers on the front lines to fight off toxins and pathogens that can get introduced to the body, because that's where a lot of the things are going to come in that are toxins and foreign invaders into our body, right? And so we're putting our immune system along the front lines like soldiers. What's the goal of supporting our immune system? So this came from How to Reset Your Immune System at a Cellular Level by Dr. Mark Hyman on his podcast, The Doctor's Pharmacy, Pharmacy. And this was the August 25th, 2023 podcast. He is a functional medicine doctor that's been in this space for decades, advocating about gut health and other holistic health and wellness things. And I really enjoy his podcast if you're interested in looking him up. But he says that the goal of supporting our immune system is to regulate the immune system to do what it's supposed to do and not what it's not supposed to do. So a robust immune system should prevent infections like colds and flu and other illnesses. It should protect against chronic disease such as cancer and autoimmune disorders, and it should aid in recovery from illnesses and injuries. And a dysfunctional immune system occurs when we eat an inflammatory diet. What's an inflammatory diet? The standard American diet or SAD diet. Also toxin exposure from the environment and foods, change in our gut microbiome, chronic stress, and lack of exercise can all create a dysfunctional immune system. And that leads to chronic inflammation, which has now been coined inflammaging. Chronic inflammation actually accelerates aging as well as drives a lot of other diseases in aging. So what can we do to activate our own body's rejuvenation system? Again, this came from Dr. Mark Hyman. And this is in the reading I've been and the research I've done as well. First, food, we want to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. We want to eat a plant-rich diet full of phytochemicals with medicinal properties. Phytochemicals have medicinal properties in them that can actually rejuvenate the immune system and reduce inflammation. That's eating a lot of colorful fruits and veggies on our plate. And think of phytochemicals, they're the plant's own defense mechanism. So when plants are stressed, they make more phytochemicals. And so phytochemicals can be thought of as the plant's own immune system. So eating these really activate your body's own healing system because you're eating the plant's immune system, basically. Fertilize your microbiome with both polyphenols from colorful plant foods as well as pre and probiotic foods are important. Polyphenols are rich in antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Also fiber. He says fiber can manipulate all arms of the immune system, both the innate and the adaptive immune system. So fiber is a powerful nutrient. We get that from eating all these different colorful fruits and vegetables. Omega-3 fats are essential fatty acids we should include in our diet, and eliminating the junk food and ultra-processed foods, guys. He also talks about exercising, staying active, and walking 30 minutes a day with resistance training 3 times weekly, sleeping 7 to 8 hours per night, and managing stress such as meditation, reading, and minding your mind, also prayer. So, guys, if you're followed with a healthcare provider or specialist, you're on a chronic medication, you've had an injury or surgery, anything like that, you just get with your personal healthcare provider who knows you best. If you want to change an exercise or start an exercise routine or make changes in your nutrition that may impact your medication, just get with them and see what they feel is best for you. But these are general recommendations that we see when we want to get our chronic inflammation down and boost our immune system response and support our immune system overall. So, in wrap up, guys, our country's in a health crisis. The United States is ranked first in the world for the amount of money spent on healthcare per person, yet we're ranked 46th out of 246 countries for longevity. That was from 2022. So, I don't have the most up to date data. The last I got was 2022. And the US has the highest rate of of people with multiple chronic diseases. And this came from the Commonwealth Fund, which is a independent research group. Immunity is not just about fighting off infections, it's actually a complex system that influences our overall health and well-being. Immunity is our body's defense system. Lifestyle, stress, and environmental factors affect our immunity. When you know better, you can do better. And now you have some tools to help maximize your immune system as well as support your overall health and wellness. So, in closing, I've been on my own health journey for 4 years now, and I have a program I use to support my gut health daily. It's easy, it fuels me with great nutrition that supports my overall immunity and gut health. And I really did go from surviving to thriving when I started this program and changed my nutrition. And this has really rippled out to improving other areas of my health, such as stress management, sleep, and it's even positively impacted relationships with my family. My family is also on a health journey with me and feeling the benefits of eating healthier and cleaner and supporting their gut health. So if this speaks to you, please reach out to me or leave a comment below because I would be honored to do a free health and wellness consult with you to help you on your personal health journey. Truly, that's my heart. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so grateful for each of you, and we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, be safe, guys.